20! It's still pretty good. In this video, we are going to see how much better the Fox reservoir shocks are than the OEM Ford shocks. These are Motorcraft shocks that I have VIN matched to my truck. They are brand new, 0 miles. These shocks have 50,000 miles on them, but they were just rebuilt at AccuTune Off-Road. We are going to do a vibrometer test and quantify just how much better this shock is than this shock. And then you can determine what is best for you. Okay, quick comparison of OEM Ford. These are brand new Motorcraft spec'd to the VIN of my Ford Super Duty. So they should be dialed, right? Little squat test. Wow. That did not take a lot of force to compress that. And now, the Fox. Dang. That is wild. How much more force that took.
Not to mention that this one's already extended.
And the other one's still
on its way.
Still on its way back. Okay, so to test these shocks, first we're gonna hit some speed bumps. We have 2 in a row here that we're going to go over at 5 miles an hour and then 10 miles an hour and then maybe 15, but it's a parking lot, so we're gonna try to be careful. We got the vibrometer going. I'm gonna reset it so we'll be able to see the average and the max. I will again hit this same run. It has 2 speed bumps and then like a drainage ditch in the middle.
That dip looks healthy.
Yeah, so probably just gonna do 5 and 10 miles an hour.
Look at all the scratches on it.
I know. Wow.
Oh man. That's the good one.
I don't know if I can do that at 10 miles
Oh,
an
you
hour.
can. You got it. Honestly, the speed bumps are good, but I really appreciate the swale more than anything. Because it's big enough that it actually gets your whole car to have some inertia to it, like going over a whoop or like a highway feature.
Right.
Whereas the speed bumps are more of like a sharp, like you can really feel the lack of damping when you go through the big.
So that was about 5 miles an hour, and maybe it would have been maybe a
Well, let's do
little
a few
closer to
loops. We could do
7.
7, and then we could do 10, or we could do 10 and 15.
I'm not doing 15, dude. That middle G out is like.
That's proper.
Oh,
But you're not gonna bottom out. It's just gonna be violent.
Yeah. We're recording there. All right, 10 miles an hour.
You know, it's good when you get this thing to chirp.
Oh wow.
That was excellent.
Max was 3.1, average 0.3.
Oh, that was awesome.
This is still recording. 15 mile an hour.
20!
No.
That was awesome!
No. Oh, dude, 8.3 was the max, average
that was
0.4.
epic. I'm so glad we did 15.
No, wait,
I
come
think
back.
if you weren't wearing a seatbelt, you'd go through the friggin' roof.
Dude, that was bad. You can hear the shocks too extend. Like,
yeah.
8.3 max. All right, that's the one to beat at 15 miles per hour, and that's kind of what we saw the last time we tested these shocks, because it was like the faster you went through an obstacle, the better the reservoirs performed. So,
which makes sense. I mean, to be fair, driving first was 5. Like, I'm sure driving through that with no shocks at 5 miles an hour, like, isn't that bad, to be fair.
Right.
But if you drove through that with no shocks at 15, you're gonna talk to Bubble and the shit rockers, that's for sure.
Oh, certainly.
Gangs approved. The Bell Gangs.
Where did I put that?
Put that thing back where it came from.
So help me.
So help me.
Okay, we're back, and now we have the reservoir shocks on the truck. We're going to do the vibrometer test for the reservoir shocks on the same exact course, similar tire pressure, and yeah, we're gonna see how different this feels. So we're going 5, 10 and 15 miles per hour. 5 miles an hour.
Slow. This feels very reasonable. All right.
So 2.1. So it was, I think we were already at 2.5. The scientific method will not be compromised.
Yeah. There's 10. Clean. Oh, easy. Honestly, it almost feels better at 10 than at 5.
Wow, that was like, honestly, it was only 2.2.
That's what I'm saying. I bet you at 15 it might feel fucking cash. We might go faster.
Just keep going up.
I mean, that felt more controlled than at 5 as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, actually.
It was less wadded into my seatbelt.
I'm glad I have someone too, because I get all the feedback through the steering wheel. Like, you're literally just feeling it in your seat.
Just sitting in a seat, yeah. And like feeling the belt bounce me up and down. But those also come custom tuned, right? That's like the important thing.
Yes, that is what differentiates
you order
these from
your shocks from AccuTune. They tune them for free.
Yes, and they're also tuned to the weight of my vehicle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a no-brainer, and it's like pretty much the same price as if you just bought them directly from Fox.
Yeah.
So it's like, why wouldn't you?
And you're getting a discounted rate on a rebuild.
Yeah.
From them.
Right.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's done. Go check out AccuTune.com.
I don't even have their shocks yet, but I want
he
some.
doesn't. Yeah, but he wants some. Yeah. 15 miles per hour. Launching. Oh.
Should do a brake stand into this one.
Oh wait, hold on. We gotta reset that. The vibration's gonna have thrown off the speedometer.
The schleem.
The schleem. It's still pretty good. Dude, it's a whole 2 meters per second less.
Yeah.
We went up to like 8.5. It's at like 6.2.
I didn't hit ceiling this time, but I definitely still felt it in the belt, in the back. But that's how my van is too. That's kind of what I'm saying. When the back of a truck hits a pothole, it's like almost way more violent than the front is or something. It's like
dang, I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty conclusive. I don't really want to go faster, but
no, we don't really need to.
So max acceleration was 6.2, average was 0.4. For the OEM, the max was 8.3, and the average was 0.4.
I mean, it was violent in here.
Yeah.
You could hear my tools bounce.
So then the max at 10 was 3.1 miles per hour. Whereas the max width was 2.2, so a full meter per second less. And then going 5 miles per hour, the max was 2.1 and 2.5. So like across the board, I mean, it was way more pronounced at the bigger the impacts.
Higher amplitudes.
So yeah, as soon as you're putting any kind of insane stress on it, which would make sense too, because like that also assumes like if you're towing, you're putting more weight on the vehicle. Yeah. If you're driving fast, like we didn't really get a chance to hit a ton of big G-outs on the road, but like you think
the roads are too good.
yeah, California roads are too good. But you think like the G-outs on the road are, you know, you're hitting at like 65, 70 miles an hour. Like that's a huge
lot of force
improvement. There you have it. I mean, we saw as soon as you started accelerating the vehicle to higher speeds and hitting the same course, there was, you know, over 2 meters per second decrease in acceleration experienced in the cab of the vehicle. But it's very similar to the other test I had. Again, and these shocks already have almost 60,000 miles on them. They're just rebuilt. So, I mean, that also goes to show you too, used, rebuilt reservoir shocks are still way better than new OEM shocks. And you know what? It also, I think, points to the fact that it just doing shocks makes a difference. Like, I think a lot of people think you have to do a leveling kit, you have to do springs and coils. You don't. Like, just replacing shocks
with nice shocks
makes a huge difference. Okay, so we are all set. We're back at AccuTune's headquarters wrapping up for the day, and again, just want to give a huge shout out to the guys at AccuTune for supporting this video with Caesar's time and Mike's time and Ryan's time and everybody. They were just super welcoming and helpful, so definitely very grateful for the opportunity to work with all of them. And for the results, I mean, pretty dramatic difference. Hopefully you can kind of see even the in-cab footage with how Oliver and I and our bodies reacted to the stimulus, like how much of a difference the shocks make versus the stock OEMs. And again, those OEMs had, by the time we got to the parking lot, they had maybe 5 miles on them. And shocks that were just rebuilt, that have almost 60,000 miles on them, performed better, almost cutting 3 meters per second of acceleration off of the max hit on those faster runs. And even at the slower 5 mile per hour runs, you're still seeing a decrease in vibration. And over time, that adds up. If you're driving thousands of miles, if you're loading a lot of weight in the bed or towing, all of that force is acting on the truck and you in the cab. And so decreasing that will increase your control of the vehicle. It'll help you drive safer. It'll make the driving experience much more pleasant. And you'll just be able to control the vehicle better. And again, maybe it's something that you don't have to do immediately, but if you own one of these Ford Super Duty trucks, whether it's a gas or it's a diesel, I think it's a no-brainer to upgrade the shocks, especially the custom tuning with AccuTune, because you're basically getting free custom tuning and a free inspection of the shocks for retail cost of what these reservoirs would be anyway. And then you get a discount on rebuilds of the shocks, so maintenance, and free revalves if you need the valving change. So if you care about your ride quality and really want to have a safe, solid ride, the data doesn't lie, check out AccuTune. And thanks for watching this video so much. I appreciate you being here. We will see you next time on Power Stroke Maintenance. Cheers.